ready, let's start our class today in our Shavasana, in our constructive rest pose. Taking a moment just to get comfortable resting on the earth. Keeping your extra layers on your socks. Maybe having something to support the back of your head. Something just to cover the eye. And we start our yoga class resting, just so that we can welcome this opportunity to turn inward. Taking just a moment or two to settle down into the physical body. Observing here how the body softens and responds to relaxing. And its position resting on the earth. Try and allow your mind to settle. Just letting go of any needs and demands from earlier or later today, or this week, or next week. When you're ready, just place one hand on to your chest, one hand on to your belly, and notice here how your hands rise and fall as we inhale and exhale. Staying with the observation. Now may try just to lengthen and deepen your breath. Just allowing the breath to grow gradually, not trying to overemphasize any part of the breathing cycle. Just trying here to bring a little bit more volume and space into our lungs and into our body. And as you do that, acknowledge how your body and your energy levels feel today. Remembering that as we go through our practice today, if you need to take a break at any time, please do so. Carefully, very slowly, in your own time, if the knees aren't already bent, start to take a gentle bend in the knees, drawing the knees up over the chest into a self-embrace. Interlacing the fingers, the hands around the knees, around the shins, and either allowing yourself a moment of stillness here. Or maybe you would prefer just to gently rock from side to side, just observing that stretch through the spine, the squeeze into the belly, into the front of the hips. Still soft around the shoulders and the jaw. Coming back to center when you're ready, releasing the hands, releasing the soles of the feet onto the floor. And just stepping the feet to the width of your mat. Releasing the arms and hands alongside the body. The Feet to each width of your mat, so the right foot to the right side, left foot to the left side. Inhale here. As you exhale, taking both the knees, sinking the knees over to the right side. Inhale, bring your knees back up to center, and as you exhale, take both knees over to the left. So continuing this movement slowly, carefully from left to right, right to left. Starting to get a little bit more rotation around the body. A little bit more space around the belly, around the ribs, around the lungs, and also across the top of the chest. A few more here from side to side. And you're ready. Bringing both knees back to center and just stepping the feet in slightly closer. So the feet are hip width apart, the heels are in line with the knees. You feel nice and symmetrical resting on the earth, so allow yourself a moment just to adjust the body as you need to. Arms are alongside the body. Again, the shoulders are soft. We're tucking the chin down towards the chest to look after the neck. When you're ready, draw the knees up high over the chest. For a moment, take a bend in the elbows. Place the fingertips on your lower abdomen. And from here, we're going to push the knees away slightly. We're going to draw the navel in towards the spine to maintain that lovely core connection. Drawing the navel in, switching on those deep core abdominal muscles down into the pelvic floor. We've got a right angle bend through the knees. The calf muscles are parallel to the mat. Toes pointing up towards the sky. You can keep the fingers here. Or if you want a little bit more into our yogic bicycles today, extend your arms towards the ceiling, fingertips towards the sky. Inhale here. As you exhale, tap the right foot onto the floor in front of you. Inhale, bring that right knee back. Exhale, tap the left foot. Continue, so keep soft around the shoulders. Keep soft around the face and the jaw. Keep tucking the chin in. Keep breathing down into the belly. Bear in mind that if you need to take a break at any time, if it's too much, just hug the knees in and gently rock from side to side. Let's do a few more here. Keep drawing that navel in towards the spine. Working into those deep core abdominal muscles, pelvic floor. Probably start to feel it here. Exhale, bring both knees back to center, hug the knees in, gently rock from side to side, just massage out the belly and the lower back. And knees come back to center, just separate the fingers for a moment, cup the kneecaps with the palms of your hands. Right hand on top of right knee, left hand on top of left knee, fingers pointing down towards the toes. Drawing those lovely hip circles, opening up through the hip flexors a little bit more here. Still continuing that massage into the belly from that last pose, into the lower back. Change direction of your circles when you're ready. Then brush this part slowly, carefully. Bringing the knees back to center when you're ready. Hugging the knees in, raise your right arm up. Keep that right arm elevated as you carefully roll onto your right side. Resting here for a moment with your head on that raised arm. Catch your breath. Allowing yourself to take a little fuller inhale here and a little fuller exhale. Slowly, carefully, in your own time, become aware of your left fingers, your left hand. When you're ready, push down into that hand. Use your left hand to steady yourself as you push all the way up to seated. grabbing whatever you need to, a blanket, a yoga block, or a cushion from your sofa to find what you need to come into Sukhasana, our easy pose. Arranging the sitting bones comfortably on top of whatever you're sitting on. Either bending the knees or having the legs extended all the way out in front. Having engagement through the legs if you need to, toes towards the sky. Watch the hamstrings. All the knees are comfortably crossed, the ankles feel okay. But gently rocking from side to side, arranging the sitting bones on top of the blocks. We're going to just release the hands alongside, fingertips lightly touching the earth, rooting down and starting to sense that space and length through the body, through the spine, each vertebrae. We're soft around the shoulders. Lengthening through the neck, up through the crown of the head. From here, let's just start to draw some lovely neck circles. Just circling as to where it feels comfortable. Slowly, carefully. If the neck feels tight, go super slow. Taking care not to overdo anything. Bringing movement into those neck extensors that often feel tight and sore from day to day, from stresses and strains. Changing the direction of your circles when you're ready. Maybe observing, noticing that the neck is quite tight, quite sore. Maybe it feels quite loose. No right or wrong. No right or wrong way to do this pose either. Just looking after yourself. Bring the movement in to the neck. Coming back to centre when you're ready. Bring the chin back to centre. Change the cross of your legs if you need to, if things are going to sleep. And let's take the weight into the right hand. Just walk the right fingertips away. Raise up the left arm. And with your head, just follow the circle you're making with the left arm, left hand. So still loosening up through the neck, but also now loosening up through the shoulder, the left shoulder, stretching out through the arm. Change direction of that circle you're making with the left arm, left hand when you're ready. Reach in, circling. Bringing the arm back to centre, releasing the left arm. Coming back to centre. The left fingertips away as far as feels comfortable, leaning on that left hand. As you raise the right arm up, start to circle with that right arm. So this time, just following the hand, if you can, with the head. If you don't want to do that, just move the arm. Just getting it into that right shoulder blade, growing and lengthening, creating space through that right side of the body. Changing direction when you're ready. Bringing the arm back to centre, releasing that right arm, right hand. Coming back to centre, just wiggle around the shoulders, draw the shoulders backwards. Oh, that feels nice. And then forwards. Releasing the arms and hands coming off of whatever you're sitting on. We're going to get ready to come into pigeon pose today. So, folding a blanket. Making sure you've got adequate folds in the blanket, that it's enough to pad out the knees. And let's come into our tabletop position. So take a moment to ensure that you're comfortable here. The knees have adequate padding. The knees are apart and directly underneath the hips. The wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. Fingers are spread. When you're ready, keep pushing the earth away. You're going to slide your right knee to behind your right wrist. And then you want to get the right ball of the right foot in front of the left knee. You might have to slide that left knee back slightly. And then keeping in this position, you start to sink through the hips as you take that left leg all the way behind, releasing the whole top of that left foot onto the floor. So some teachers teach bridging pose where they want this right shin parallel with the mat. So I find that puts too much stress and rotation onto that hip. So find where it feels comfortable through that right hip and the shin on that right leg. And from here, you can stay upright. If there's anything going on with the back, I prefer you to stay here, soften and releasing the shoulders. Or maybe you can come down a little bit further onto your elbows, your forearms, or maybe you can come all the way down and release the forehead to the floor. Keep breathing here. Inhale, as you exhale, come on to hands, push yourself all the way back up. Tap the toes under on the left foot, push into that left foot, creating space. You can bring the right knee round, bring the left knee down, back onto all fours. Let's try that the other side. So take a moment, ensure the knees feel okay. Feel grounded through the knees and the hands. You're going to slide your left knee to behind your left wrist. And as you do that, bring toes and the ball of the foot on the left foot in front of your right knee. You might have to slide that right knee back slightly. And then when you're ready, start to sink down through the hips. Opening up through the hips and releasing totally the top of that right foot onto the floor. Check how it feels through the left hip. Remember, we don't want to get the left shin too parallel to the front of the mat if it puts undue stress on the hips. Finding where you feel comfortable, staying upright. Remember, if there's anything going on with the back, I prefer you to stay here. Or maybe coming down onto your forearms, maybe this is enough. Or maybe stretching out the arms in front, releasing the forehead onto the earth, breathing. Inhale here. As you exhale, push onto hands, come all the way up, put the hands back towards you. Tap the toes under on the right foot, push into that right leg, that creates space. Just to bring the left knee round, bring the right knee back on all fours. Take a moment to sink down into child's pose. Sinking the hips down towards the heels, melt the belly, the chest down, release the forehead. Take a moment to catch your breath. Inhale here, as you exhale, slowly, carefully start to uncurl the spine. Coming all the way up, very, very well done. Coming up, take a moment to remove everything from your mats. Remove your socks unless you've got your special yoga sticky socks on. We're going to come into our downward facing dog, back onto all fours how we were. Knees hip width apart, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers. Pushing the earth away, draw your navel in towards your spine. Tuck the toes under. When you're ready, coming up into downward facing dog. I would prefer the knees bent, the ribs towards the thighs, the shoulders active, releasing the neck and the head. And trying to push the heels down onto the mat and coming not into the best downward facing dog. I would rather the knees be bent, so we've got that energetic quality through the body. Got an option to stay here. We're going to take the three-legged dog, shift the weight into the left foot, reach the right leg up. You've got an option to stay here, coming back into our static downward facing dog, maybe walk the dog. If you want to, come into falling triangle pose, so when you're ready, you're going to release and slide that right foot underneath you, coming onto the outside of that right foot, take the weight into the right arm, take the left arm up, breathe. Inhale here. As you exhale, release that left hand down. Slide that right leg back up. Release the right foot down. Walk the dog. Take a break down into child's pose if you need to. Shift the weight to the right foot, lift the left leg up. Three-legged dog here. You can stay here, alternating between here or child or downward facing dog. If you want to come and balance fallen triangle pose on this side when you're ready, slide that left leg underneath the body, come onto the outer edge of that left foot. Take the weight into left hand as you reach up that right arm. Inhale, as you exhale, release the right hand down. Slide back with that left leg, releasing the left foot down into static downward facing dog when you're ready. Bend the knees, remember the ribs towards the thighs, walk the dog when you're ready. Static downward facing dog here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Bend your knees, look towards your hands when you're ready. Take as many steps as you need. Hands towards feet, feet towards hands. Coming into your calming forward fold for a moment, Uttanasana. Placing the hands where they feel the most comfortable, either reaching the floor, touching the shins around the back of the legs, the calf muscles, or make that box shape, taking the hands to the inner elbows. But releasing the ribs towards the top of the thighs, the crown of the head towards the mat. Bend the knees if you need to, if the hamstrings are tight, or the calf muscles for that instance, or the spine, the back's a little bit sore. You can maybe gently rock from side to side. Come back to centre when you're ready. Release the hands if the hands are to inner elbows. Push down into the feet. Start to stack everything up slowly, carefully. So the fingers, the hands, the arms are heavy. Relying on the strength in the legs and the core to make this a nice, safe transition. Slowly, carefully stacking all the way up. When you're ready, come to face me on your mats. I'm going to come into a comfortable wide stance. I'm going to turn the heels in towards one another, so the toes are out towards the top two corners of the mat. We're going to come into a skater pose on either side, then into a side bend on either side, and into a nice chest open, a nice energizing pose. So when you're ready, bend through the right knee, take the arms over towards the right. Exhale. Exhale. Straighten the legs, take the arms over to the right. Take the arms over to the left. Arms back to centre, cactus arms, small back bend. So let's continue that. Exhale. Exhale. Straighten the legs, take the arms over to the right. Arms over to the left. Arms back to centre, back bend, cactus arms. Let's do that a couple more times. And two more. Last skater. Just holding it here, breathing into this nice chest opener, cactus arms. Take the arms up, Anjali Mudra, slowly, carefully. Bring the hands all the way down. Take a moment here, catch your breath. Release the shoulders, Feel grounded and centered. Release the arms and hands. Keep the stance nice and wide. We're going to come into a warrior flow. So turn the toes out on the right foot, turn the toes in on the left foot. Take a nice bend through that knee. So take a moment here. Ensure you're comfortable with this stance. It's not too wide. You feel grounded and stable. We've got a nice bend through that right knee, looking after the safety of that ankle. You can see the big toe over the top of that foot. We're pushing firmly into the outer edge of that left foot, so grounded through both feet. Turn the ribs and the hips towards me, raise up the arms when you're ready. Palms towards the earth, soften the shoulders, turn your gaze over your right hand. Virabhadrasana 2. Building the strength in the body just by holding our own body weight. When you're ready into reverse warrior, left hand lightly on left thigh, take the right arm up and over. You can look up at that right arm, you can look down towards your left foot or look directly towards me, I suppose. Make sure that left hand is lightly on the left thigh. We're not pushing into that hand for dear life. Squat down a little bit further. Come back into Virabhadrasana 2. Turn your gaze over your right hand. Reverse your warrior. Raise up the arms. Let's add extended side angle. Take a bend in the right elbow, lean over, take the left arm as close as you can to the left side of the head. Palm facing upwards. Push down into the feet. Find your reverse warrior. So all that's moving is the torso. The hips and the legs are staying exactly where they are. Check the shoulders aren't starting to creep up around the ears. Find your reverse warrior. Left hand onto left thigh. Lightly through that left hand as you take the right arm up and over. Squat down. Find your reverse warrior. Shoulders relaxed, extending out through the arms, the wrists, the hands. Squatting down through that right leg. And then into extended side angle, taking a bend in that right elbow, palm facing upwards. As you reach over with the left arm, get the left arm as close as you can to the left side of your head. Keeping the chest open, we're not coming forwards. Very much a nice side bend. Smiling, breathing. Inhale as we exhale back into our last warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2 on this side. Squatting down a little bit further through that right knee. Release the arms and the hands up to straighten up carefully, slowly turning the feet all the way round. Right foot in, left foot out. So check you feel balanced and stable here. Take a nice bend through that left knee. Looking after the safety of that left knee, it's directly above the ankle, you can see the big toe. We're pushing down firmly into the outer edge of that right foot. Turn your hips and your ribs towards me. Raise up the arms, release the shoulders, palms towards the earth, turn your gaze over your left hand. Squat down a little bit further through that left knee. Into reverse warrior, right hand lightly on right thigh, take the left arm up and over. So a couple of options, look up towards your left hand, down towards your right foot or directly in front. Remember the right hand is nice and light on the right leg. Down through that left knee, don't lose that bend, that nice safe bend you've created through that left knee. Releasing back into Virabhadrasana 2, extending out through the arms, going to take your gaze over your left hand. Release the shoulders. Finding your reverse warrior again, right hand onto right thigh, take the left arm up and over. Right hand's nice and light. Breathe in. Sinking back into Virabhadrasana 2, the shoulders are relaxed. Out stretching through the arms. Check that right arm doesn't drop. So we're concentrating so much on the left side of the body. Sometimes that right arm has a tendency just to drop down towards the floor, so keeping the arms at the same height. Coming into extended side angle. Take a bend in the left elbow, reach over. Palm facing upwards as you take the right arm as close as you can to the right side of the head. So very much a side bend. Enjoy that lovely line of energy down the right side of the body. Squatting down through that left knee. Keep the feet where they are. Keep the left knee bent. Find your Virabhadrasana 2. Come up. Release the arms out. Stretch the arm through the chest. Palms towards the earth. Gaze over towards the left hand. Squatting down through that left knee. The legs are probably tired now. Finding your reverse warrior, right hand onto right thigh. Take the left arm up and over. Breathe in. Squatting down through that left knee. Good. Let's sink back into Virabhadrasana 2. Out stretching the arms. Take your gaze over the left hand. And then in the intra-extended side angle, bending through the left elbow, reaching over towards the left as you place that left elbow on your left thigh, taking the right arm up and over as close as you can to the right side of your head, pushing down into that left knee. Breathing into this super side stretch. Down into the feet. Our last Virabhadrasana 2. Raise up the arms, push down through that left knee. Palms towards the earth, gaze over towards the left. Inhale here. As you exhale, straighten up through the legs, release the arms and the hands. Well done. Heel toe, back to centre. Feet are hip width apart. Go grounded through the feet. Drawing that Pada Bandha energy up through the insteps, the length of the legs. Take the arms alongside the body. When you're ready, just start to draw a windmill motion through the sides of the body. Taking the arms out nice and wide. Be careful of anything around you. Enjoy how that feels as you totally release and relax the shoulders, the sides of the body. Start to make the circles a little bit smaller. Take care that the shoulders and the arms are still relaxed and released. Make the circles a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. gradually, carefully, slowly stopping. Super, well done. Let's come all the way down to seated. We're going to try our final pose before Shavasana of Navasana, boat pose. So come sitting on your mats, have the knees bent and draw the heels in towards you. Take the hands around your shins just below the knees. So remember when we first started class today, I was very much thinking about the navel connection. So draw the navel in towards the spine to keep the core muscles switched on. Think of that. Think of the length through the spine. Look directly in front of you as you start to take the weight onto your sitting bones and see if you can take the feet off the ground. So maybe just try that a couple of times. So if we start to slump through the core abdominal muscles and the back comes into this position, or you lose the integrity of the pose, so it's really important if you can remember, and I know it's hard, it is a challenge. Keep the navel drawn in, keep that length through the spine, take the hands just below the knees. Keep breathing as you come onto your sitting bones. Take the feet off the mat. So you can keep the hands here, keep breathing, keep drawing in, maybe relaxing, releasing down. Let's try it again. Maybe we can start to straighten the legs. Maybe have a bend through the knees. And we can release the arms, but keep that connection around the belly. Take a break, come back into it when you need to. Breathe and smile. Excellent. Well done. When you're ready, just release the feet down, hug the knees in, lower the head, lower the forehead to the knees, forearms, seated child's pose, breathing. Inhale. As you exhale, start to lift the head. Let's get ready to come into our final Shavasana, our relaxation. So just as we started, find your extra layers, your socks. Releasing, relaxing into your final Shavasana, your constructive rest. Arranging the whole back body comfortably on the earth. Maybe outstretching through the legs, releasing through the feet, sinking the little toes out to the top two corners of your mat. Or taking a bend in the knees, placing the soles of the feet onto the floor. Arranging through the arms and the hands, maybe cradling the lower abdomen with the hands, or maybe just resting the arms and hands alongside the body. Taking a moment to close the eyes and release features of the face. Releasing around your forehead and your eyes, the eyebrows, the nose, cheekbones, helping to relax and release any tension in the face by just unclenching the jaw, softening the tongue into the base of the mouth. Integration of our practice here today. Mind, body and spirit. True beauty is not of the body or of the face. No, it is a thing of the soul, of fire and air, breath and spirit, something brave and unafraid. Carefully just allow awareness to come back into the room, back onto your body, resting on the earth. Allowing some teeny movements into hands and fingers, feet and toes. Maybe taking the arms overhead and breathing into a lovely full body stretch all the way from your fingertips down through the whole length of your body into your feet and toes. Releasing the arms carefully, starting to take a bend in the knees. Draw the knees up over the chest into a self-embrace. Gently rock from side to side. Knees come back to center. Raise your right arm up. Keep that right arm elevated as you carefully roll onto the right side, resting your head on your raised arm. Allowing yourself to take a little fuller inhale and a little fuller exhale. When you're ready, and certainly in your own time, bring awareness into your left fingers, into your left hand. When you're ready, push down into this hand. Use your left hand to steady yourself. As you slowly, carefully push all the way back up, coming back up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me in your yoga practice today. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all again soon in class. Thank you. Take care. Om Shanti, 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 and Namaste.